up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? It's the one and only Optibotomus coming to you with another video review. If you're an old subscriber, thanks for coming back. If you're a new one though, welcome. Before you leave, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and bell notification so that you get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers War for Cybertron Select Deluxe Class Smokescreen. Now, for the Select series, I really haven't paid too much attention to it, but they are special, unique figures that are not part of the main line. And by that, I mean that they are not at regular brick and mortar stores such as Walmart or Target. Primarily, these pieces are available online at places such as Big Bad Toy Store. For the package, though, this is it. You can see you got something I can't read, Transformers War for Cybertron. You got an Autobot logo here, which does look really cool. Almost looks like it's spray painted, and you can see it kind of dripping down from it, which that looks really cool. You can see Deluxe Class, Smokescreen, all the various stuff that you would get on the back of the package there, but really nothing else. What do you have here? Warnings and things, Transformers, that's it. And then it opens like this, and on the inside you have some nice detail, but there you have the figure in a clamshell, which is kind of disappointing, honestly. I mean, you can remove it, and you can see you have the instructions. You get all the regular stuff, but you don't get any packaging besides this, which that's, you know, it's not terrible, I guess, but I just feel like that's really super simple. But for the packaging on this guy, obviously, that's about it. And since he's already out here, I guess let's get him out of the clamshell and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Smokescreen open up out of his clamshell and obviously in his vehicle mode. And again, this is an absolutely terrific looking update to that Smokescreen character. He is done in that Cybertronian card mode, which does still have the Cybertronian rating, which is a little unfortunate because I would have loved it if they went with his classic numbers on there, but sure, repro labels will probably fix that, and we all know what that basically is. As you can see, he does come with his 3 weapons that can be plugged into the top sections here, much like blue streaks and then a barricade as well. You can attach them right there, create one giant gun, or you can do this, make like a 3-prong blaster sort of thing. It's white, it's very white. It's going to be hard for you to see. But interestingly enough, though, these appear to be molded in a white plastic. This one appears to be molded in a blue plastic and then painted white. I don't know why. I mean, they are all the same. You can see, though, that with Prowl's, his was all white. So I don't get why they didn't just reuse it, other than the fact that there is a little bit, I don't know how well that's going to come across because it is very, very white. But Smokescreens is a little bit glossy of a paint. You can kind of see like a reflection there, whereas this is just kind of a matte kind of white. But I feel like they could have just used this and been okay with it. Of course, you have blue streaks, which was done silver, and then obviously his little shoulder cannons here are done in this gray plastic. But getting these all separated, here are my Datsun brothers. You can see Prowl, obviously blue streak, and of course here in the middle is Smokescreen. Now, again, they're all basically the same. The molds are the same. His head, I want to say, his head is based off of barricades, or maybe they did his and then they painted barricade, whereas these two have the same head. So the only real difference is that, but all of them still look really very nice. They're not all in frame, but you get the idea. But they all do look really cool. Maybe I should put him in the middle because he's very bright and you lose him. Now, I'm thrilled to have all these guys. They are really well done. When you take a look at the Smokescreen, though, you do get more of that really nice paint that, well, I mean, I shouldn't complain about him. I mean, he's painted as well, but he's painted white, obviously. But his paint looks really very nice, almost a little bit more so than blue streaks here. I do kind of wish that they painted the tires, or at least specifically the rims, like they did here. This is a very dark, smoky plastic, not as light, obviously, as Prowl's here. It does a pretty good job of kind of blending in, but I do wish that they added a little detail there. But the red, the white, the blue, even along the bottom here with the white along that section, nothing there in the back, but that is a really nice touch. I do like that. Previously, this is what I used for my Smokescreen. This is the Combiner Wars one. Big size difference. Obviously, this has to become a limb, but again, this was just a repaint. I feel like this, though, works better because you have the doors which act as his wings, which he did have, which this guy doesn't have. So pretty darn nice. I really am happy with it. You get some nice silver on the inside for the headlights and such. Like I said, the only thing I really wish that they did was actually put the numbers on there. Obviously, it does have the number 38. You can kind of see that this is the same as that. So both of those say 38. Again, repro labels can probably fix that. Nice smoky color here, which matches with the tires. And then you can see some silver on the undersection, which does nicely break things up. Overall, gorgeous look on this guy. Color-wise, really does pop. And like I said, all of these Datsun brothers were basically the Autobot Seekers, and not really much was different between all of them, so you get what you get. But because we have seen the transformation for this guy several times, I am going to skip it. If you need any help whatsoever, my playlist for Transformers Siege figures is available to you. I'll put a link down in the video description where you can go there and get any help that you may need. But utilizing some of that good old-fashioned Optibotimus movie magic, we're going to go from Smokescreen looking like this to looking like this. And again, absolutely gorgeous representation here of Smokescreen. The head choice is wonderful. I do believe that they went with this for Smokescreen primarily, and then obviously reused them for Barricade. I'm trying to get that fully collapsed down. I feel like that can go down a little bit further, but overall, great look on them. You can see nice yellow for the crest, beautiful silver for the face. It's got some really nice added detail that you can see with that silver paint on there that really does kind of stand out. The rest of the figure is pretty simple for the most part. I mean, you get some additional black pieces coming out, but that's how he looked. And again, I know I talked about this in the 8-Face video, but like they have an amazing amount of detail inside here and like on the arms and things like that. I don't understand why they had to go with that weird plastic for him. That was strange. Accessory wise, those, like I said, you can plug these in here. You can have him hold this gun. It's all a matter of personal preference. Let's bring in his three brothers just for that comparison. Here we have Blue Streak, if I can get him standing there proper, and then of course Prowl, which you know, the only one that really kind of looks all that different is Prowl because he doesn't have those shoulder bits right there. But I love the way that this looks. This turned out terrific. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that we were going to get repaints of all of them, just like there was no doubt in my mind we were going to get repaints of Thundercracker and Skywarp and everything. It's just too good. All you have to really do is change one little thing, and I'm glad that they changed the face. I mean, they didn't need to because, I mean, the original G1 toys, I don't think did. I don't remember, honestly. But either way, I'm glad that they did do that slight change. Now, for the final comparison, again, this is the Smokescreen that I used previously. This is the Combiner Wars one. This one is going away. If anybody wants to buy this, message me because this is definitely going away. This, while looked really very good, just something about this just completely wins. It looks so much closer to that cartoon. It's such a much better figure. His articulation is all the same. You have a little bit of a ball joint for the head, looks left and right. Shoulders that are on swivels and hinges, swivel at the bicep, hinge here at the elbow. The wrists do rotate around, which is nice. Got a swivel at the waist. You got the pin hinge joints for the hips that allow you to move forward and back, go in and out. They also rotate at the upper part of the thigh, bend at the knee, real deep bend because of the transformation. Obviously, he can have wide dynamic ankle pivot poses, making Shartimus Prime very happy. And then, of course, you got that little bit right there that I guess you could say is some ankle rotation just forward and back. But overall, great figure. I love the mold. It was a natural thing to do a repaint of all of these guys into this. The only one that, you know, kind of surprised me that they did was Barricade. Just because Barricade, wasn't really in the Transformers Generation cartoon. I mean, that was a Michael Bay sort of thing. So either way, it looks great. I think that the way that they implemented all of this in terms of the new head and everything is wonderful. My only disappointment, I suppose, in terms of the release of the figure is that, again, it is part of that exclusive sort of thing where it's not going to regular retail stores. But luckily, it is online through Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro Pulse, Amazon. All of these places are carrying it, so he's not going to be hard to get. And that's one thing that I really do dislike when they do these sort of exclusives, making them hard to get. And luckily, that doesn't seem like that's going to be the case with this guy. So all that being said, do I recommend him? Absolutely. He's a must-have. He looks great with your other, classics generation style figures, and he helps to round things out for your Autobot team. So all that being said, if this guy is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, as I mentioned, he is available right now at Big Bad Toy Store. So for that, I'll put a link down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it, guys, if you would do one small thing for me, and that's just to simply hit that thumbs up button. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty with YouTube, and I don't even know if you guys are going to be getting these videos in the future. So every little thing that you can do really does help, and I would really appreciate it. One guaranteed way to make sure that you get my reviews in the future would be to become a patron. You can contribute however much or how little you want, and with your continued support, you can keep making reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
You got